Yes, it's the Young ExeKutive Carl Michel reporting to you live from quarantine. I want to give a big shout out to all the people that are watching at this moment. I'm hoping that you stay safe. I'm hoping that you stay sane, and I'm hoping that you stay healthy during these hard times, right? So I just want to kind of give you a little bit of motivation as we're all experiencing something that we've never experienced before. So once again, for those of you who don't know me, allow me to reintroduce myself. I go by the name of the Young ExeKutive Carl Michel, best-selling author of 365 Hip Hop Daily Motivational Quotes. Out of the millions of books that were on Amazon, mine was blessed to be #1, and not just one, not just two, but 3 different categories. I'm still very excited about that. Since then, I've gone on to become an award-winning motivational speaker and executive producer of the Youth Empowerment Show, where we bring on different celebrities and community leaders to inspire, to impact, and to motivate the youth. You might be thinking to yourself, this guy looks a little familiar, probably because I've been hanging out with some of your favorite celebrities, including 50 Cent, Jadakiss, Justina Valentine, Lauryn Hill, Ron Suno, Dream Doll, and the list goes on. And you might have seen me feature on different publications and TV shows on MTV, NBC, ABC, iHeartRadio, Hot 97, and so on and so forth. News 12, it gave me a big feature on there as well. I've gotten several citations from different cities and boroughs, including Brooklyn. All right, so I just want to get back into what we're talking about during this quarantine, because a lot of people are saying, man, I feel like I'm on lockdown. I want to offer you a different perspective. It was the great Jay-Z who said, you can lock my body, but you can't trap my mind. I don't want you to look at this as a lockdown. I want you to look at this as freedom. This is freedom to create. This is freedom to think outside the box. This is freedom to spend uninterrupted time with your family. This is freedom to maybe meditate or grow closer to you in your spiritual beliefs, right? This is time to a lot of people think that the answers that they're seeking, they have to go outside for. I want you to realize that everything you need is already inside of you, okay? You can lock my body, but you can't trap my mind. Now, let's get right into it, because I want to give you a few different tips that you can not just survive, but thrive during quarantine, okay? Do today what others don't so you can live tomorrow like others won't. Focus. #1 major key right now is to focus. Do today what others don't so you can live tomorrow like others won't. What does that mean? That means sacrifice. There's going to be a few things that you have to adjust to today, but it's going to benefit you so much in the future. So you got to do what you got to do now, okay? Use this time to be a sponge. Be the best student you can be the best person that you can be. Just be great at everything, right? Just do a little bit at a time. And also, do you guys remember how many books per month the average millionaire reads? That's right. 2 books per month. So read a little bit every day. You guys gotta be the best learners, right? So read a different book during this quarantine time, right? We have in the month of April, or just in general, we don't know how long this thing is gonna last. So you have an opportunity to read so many books. The average person during this time is gonna do nothing. So if you do something, you're gonna be in a much better place, right? Think about this. Just if you read 10 pages a day, read 10 pages a day. Even if you do that for the whole year, you have read 3,650 pages, and the average person read 0. So in the month of April, in this month, whatever month you're in, like you can read a little bit at a time, and that's over 300 pages if it's 30 days, right? Think about it like that. So you're going to be in a much better position. If you're an athlete, I want you to read a book that's going to elevate you to become the best athlete. If you want to be a doctor, I want you to read a book that's going to help you be the best doctor. So those are the type of books that you want to read. Things that are going to help you get better. You guys with me on that? So the #1 major key during quarantine is to be focused. What's next? #2 is to be creative. I want you guys to think outside the box, right? So think about it this way, right? Use the time, like the time that you spend doing your schoolwork is just the start of your creativity and your education, but that's not the end of it, right? Maybe you want to learn how to cook. Maybe you want to learn how to do a different thing, or maybe you want to jump on YouTube and pick up a new skill. This is the time to do it. And think about it this way. How old do you have to be to start your own business? any age. It doesn't matter what age you are. So maybe you want to use this time to think creatively and start your own business. Think outside the box. What do people need that you can provide? Okay. There might be a webinar that you can start. There might be a product that you can sell. You don't have to wait until you graduate for you to start your own business. You guys with me on that? Perfect. And of course, you got to start writing. I'm a writer, so I'm going to always encourage you to write. And it doesn't have to be a book or anything like that. You can start by just writing in your journal. Write in your journal every single day. Creative thinking and expressing yourself through writing is such a big deal. I want you, like, literally every day, you might want to write about your quarantine experiences. You might want to write, this might be the first time you spent this much time with your siblings and it's driving you crazy. Write about that. You write about your online learning experiences. You go from a physical class to a virtual class. That might be a big deal for some people. Start writing in your journal or your diary every single day. I want to remind you of a young lady by the name of Anne Frank. During the most horrific time in world history, one of the most horrific times in world history, the Jewish Holocaust, she wrote about her personal experiences every day. And to this day, she's still regarded as one of the most prolific writers of almost all time, right? Because she wrote in her diary about her horrific experiences. You might be the Anne Frank of this generation, because we're going through some tough times and people might look back at your life and say, wow, they went through all that during quarantine. Think about that, okay? So start writing. What else we got? Number 3 major key is to be active. There's no more couch potatoes, y'all. I need y'all to get active. Do something. It might be something as simple as running up and down the steps, but that's you being active, right? I don't want you guys to just gain a whole bunch of pounds during this time. This is the time that you can exercise. You can do different things. If you have a driveway at your house, you can go in the driveway and practice or do different exercises. If you have a balcony, you can go on the balcony, do some stretches, do some yoga, do something. No more couch potatoes. Do some type of home exercise. Jump on YouTube and find out what you can do at home. There's a lot of personal trainers doing virtual sessions. And if you're an athlete, you got to do something, right? You don't want to use this time and get worse at your skill or at your craft. Jump on YouTube and find out what drills you can do at home to perfect your skills. If you're a basketball player, you can find out some dribbling skills or dribbling drills that you can do, or maybe defensive stuff to just get better at your craft. You guys with me on that? All right, perfect. Now, before I go, I want to give a big shout out to the graduating class of 2020. Wow. You guys are literally making history. And you might be thinking to yourselves, wow, Carl, I might not even get a graduation. I don't want you to think about it that way. You will get something. It might just not be in the way that you expected it. It might be a virtual graduation, or it might be a very exclusive one. I'm not sure. But what I can tell you is that you should be proud of yourself for making it this far. I'm super proud of you. You got to be proud of yourselves as well. And I know your friends and your family are super proud of you also. So your next stage in your life is going to be a new experience, and you're going to be like on the cusp of something great, right? So I want you to look towards the future and understand that right now you're making history, okay? So be proud of yourselves. Next, I want to give a big shout out to all the parents out there. Shout out to the parents, because in addition to all the sacrifices that you made, in addition to all the hard work, most of you have become full-time educators during this process. So salute to you. I tip my hat off to you. I commend you, because, man, this is a tough time, right? And some of you might not even, be equipped to be full-time professors now, but that's the task that has come about. So I salute you. Now, one thing that I can recommend, maybe to make your life a little bit easier, in school they have schedules, right? Period 1, period 2. Here's a free class, or here's a lunch break, or here's recess, here's a nap break, whatever the case may be. So that might be something that you want to implement for yourself at home. Here's my creative writing time. Here's my free time. Here's here's reading time, or whatever the case may be, right? Think about how you can break down your day to lighten the load for yourself. Last but not least, I want to give a big shout out to all the educators out there. You guys are incredible. I can only imagine what you're going through, because you already have a tough task doing the physical work in the schools, but now you got to move everything towards virtual teaching and virtual learning, that got to be so challenging. And I salute you as well. A lot of times we say, hey, a lot of times educators think that their hard work goes unnoticed, or they're not being recognized the way that they should. I want to give a big shout out to all the educators out there. Salute to y'all. And for all the students and all the kids that are listening, I want to quote the great Kanye West, who says, if you admire somebody, you should go ahead and tell them. People never get the flowers while they can still smell them. So I would normally say give them a big hug, but no, you can't do that because of social distancing. But verbally tell your teachers and your parents how much you appreciate them, how much you love them, and how much you respect them, because they literally pouring into you and helping you grow every single day. So you gotta show them a lot of love and respect. All right. So I appreciate all of y'all. And of course, during this quarantine time, I'm giving everybody a major discount. You're going to get my book, 365 Hip Hop, for the free. Okay. So jump on my website, youngexecutive.com, YOUNGEXEKUTIVE. You can go and download my book right now for the free. Okay. If you want to order the Amazon copy, it'll go straight to you. And if you want to, if you want to get an autographed copy, you can go on youngexecutive.com and order that as well. I can't guarantee the delivery time, but I will say we'll get to you eventually, okay? And with that being said, once again, I go by the name of the Young Executive Carl Michel. And if no one's told you today, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. God bless y'all. Peace.